Give me a home out in the bush, please. Lots of more trees, a bong or two, me mate. Wild roost, some skunk out the back. Hydro in the shed, and the old smoking shed, and the old smoking shed.
G'day, welcome to the Terpene Table, where cannabis culture meets cultivated conversation. I'm your host, Wild Roo, grower, guide, and your mate in the garden. Each episode, we dig into the roots of the plant, from terpene talk to cultivar deep dives, to stories shaping the cannabis scene. So roll one, pack one, pour a cuppa, and let's hop in. This episode of the Terpene Table is brought to you by Growers Pal. Aussie legends when it comes to keeping your clones safe in transit. If you've ever tried to post a cutting wrapped in wet paper towel and cling wrap, you'll know it's a gamble at best. Growers Pal clone shippers take the guesswork out of it. Purpose built with segmented compartments to keep your genetics snug, and even a little LED light to keep them happy on the road. Whether they're headed up the coast or across the country, you can trust your prize cuts will land fresh, not fried. They're mates of the Roo and they're mates of the Discord, so you know their growers looking out for you, not just trying to sell you something. Head over to growerspower.com.au. That's www.growerspal.com.au and sort yourself out with a proper kit for moving your genetics across the country, because good clones deserve a fair dinkum safe ride. Ever cracked a jar and been hit with a sweet, almost candy-like aroma, but then noticed a sharp, herbal kick underneath? That sneaky little blend might just be Ocimene. Sweet, citrusy, sometimes floral, but always a little surprising. This terpene doesn't just smell good, it's got a whole character of its own. G'day, welcome back to the Terpene Table. I'm your host, Wild Roo. Each episode, we sit down and explore the flavours, effects, and culture wrapped around the terpenes we all love in cannabis. Today, we're diving into a terp that's not always in the spotlight, but when it shows up, you'll notice. We're talking Ocimene, the sweet and sneaky one in the terpene family. Right, let's start where we always do. What is Ocimene? Spelled O-C-I-M-E-N-E. Ocimene is found in a lot of aromatic plants: mint, parsley, basil, mangoes, orchids, even hops. In cannabis, it brings out sweet, herbal, citrusy, and even woody notes. It's often described as fresh and clean. Sometimes people even compare it to household cleaners, in a good way. The name Ocimene actually comes from the Greek word for basil. Ocimene is kinda like that friend at a party that doesn't talk much, but always leaves you remembering that they were there. Subtle, but powerful. The uplifting effect. So, how does Ocimene feel? Most folks associate it with light, buzzy, and euphoric head high. That kind of high that makes colours pop, music sound better, and chores just seem suddenly, well, fun. It's usually found in sativa dominant or hybrid strains, where it helps round out the mood with energy, sociability, and even a bit of mental clarity. One interesting thing, some people say Ocimene can be intensely cerebral. Not paranoid necessarily, but zippy. It's the kind of terp that might want to make you get stuff done. writing, painting, or dancing around the house on a sunny morning. Pair it with limonene and pinene, and you've got a blend for alert, happy, and creative lifted highs. Medicinal potential of ocimene. While ocimene hasn't been studied as heavily as other terps, it's starting to catch attention in the medical field. Here's what we know so far. Antiviral. Early studies show activity against herpes and other viruses. Antifungal. Strong potential for natural mold and fungus control. Anti-inflammatory. May help reduce swelling and boost immune response. Bronchodilator. Possibly helps open the airways, though in high doses it can irritate the airways too. There's also growing interest in ocimene's role in essential oil therapy, especially for mood and alertness. It's sweet and stimulating, like nature's wake-up call. In cannabis, it might be part of what gives certain strains that functional uplift, a high that's energizing, not overwhelming. Strains high in ocimene. If you're curious to try out ocimene-rich strains, here's a few to start sniffing out. Strawberry cough. Sweet, light, and sharp as hell. Green crack. Famously energizing with a citrus flair. Golden goat. Tropical, floral, and mentally bright. Jack Herer shows up again with that complex, layered profile. Dream Queen. Candy, sweet, and upbeat. If you're looking for that perfect wake and bake, that gentle energy without losing the plot, look for some strains where ocimene play backup to limonene and pinene. Those are usually your springtime smoke kinda highs. And now it's time for news from the garden. Alright, it's time to have a quick peek over the fence at what's been going on in the wider world of weed. Because whether it's breakthroughs, busts, or bureaucratic chaos, the cannabis garden is growing fast, and the news never sleeps. Queensland Lab launches study on ocimene as a natural mold inhibitor for cannabis storage. Researchers at a cannabis testing lab in Brisbane have launched a new study looking at ocimene's potential as a natural preservative in post-harvest flower storage. The early hypothesis? That ocimene's antifungal properties could help reduce the risk of mold and mildew during packaging, curing, and shipping, particularly in humid environments. If it pans out, we could see growers and dispensaries using terpene-infused humidifiers or liners in their jars to naturally extend shelf life. No chemical sprays needed, no chemical packs needed. As always, nature seems to know what it's doing, and cannabis might just be its own best protector. And that's the sweet, bright story of ocimene, the floral funky terp that uplifts your mood and might just keep your flower fresh too. So, thanks for joining me at the Terpene Table. If you're learning, laughing, or just lighting it up with me, I'd love it if you shared the pod with a fellow grower or terp lover. And hey, come hang out in the Wild Root Cultivars Discord. Next week, we're wrapping up the major terpenes with Neurilidol, the sleepy, spa-smelling terpene that might just be cannabis's best kept secret for sleep and skincare. Until then, stay lifted, stay learning, keep gardening.
Give me a home out in the bush, please, with lots of more trees, a bomb or two, me, mate. Wild roots, some skunk out the back, hydro in the shed, and the old smoking chair. In the old smoking chair.